Well, welcome back again. September's been better than I thought it was going to be, actually. Not many different species, but I've had a good run with deer and kingfishers, and a touch of barn owls thrown in as well. Started off very locally with these Roe Deer. That's a young fawn with its spots and light coat, and there's the buck. Nice to see them. This is a beautiful bit of video, I think. Slow motion, obviously, but look at that. How it leaps. It's hoping it's going to get some milk off its mother. But mother's got another idea, I think. No, you're going to have to eat grass, I'm afraid. But there's plenty of it about. While I was watching the deer, I noticed something white in the distance. It turned out to be a barn owl on a stick, and it actually came and did a couple of laps of a field, but it was practically lighting up time. But then the second one came and landed on the fence post. One of the laps of the field, it actually went over one of the Roe Deer as well, and a horse in the background. Spiders everywhere in September. Can't walk anywhere in the garden without walking through spiders' webs. Squirrels about on the roads. They're always nice to see. But we're walking down this lane and we thought, what's that poking over the fence? That's not a cow. It turns out there's a solitary red deer calf. The closest I've ever been to one. Probably only 3 feet away to start with. They're normally in a herd, but that one must have got lost, I think. It's been quite good for butterflies. Speckled wood and red admirals everywhere. It's getting into mushroom season as well. That's a bullae, I think they're called. And still some dragonflies around. That's a black darter that let me get within a couple of inches, literally, of its head. Anyway, like I was saying earlier, most of this month's been kingfishers. I thought I'll have a proper go at trying to get some good kingfisher shots. Day one got set up and it absolutely poured down. But they were fighting over my perch, even though some people don't like it. So they're doing well for catching, mostly shrimp, the odd minnow thrown in. But the good thing with kingfishers, they're not bothered at all about the weather. Although I must admit, it did sit a lot longer than usual. It's so nice to just sit and watch. This is a juvenile, I'm pretty sure, looking at its feet and the white tip on the end of its bill. But yeah, it really did pour it down. Quite a few of these videos are slow motion because they're such a fast bird. They've got this habit of jumping up and hovering before they dive in, but not always. Sometimes it just goes straight down for it. I've literally got hundreds of nice pictures of them sitting perched, and quite a few of them eating, so I'm trying to get more video now, but really trying to get a decent diving shot, which I haven't actually got a decent one yet, but I'll keep trying. Because these are proper wild birds and they're not of baited hides as such, you've no idea where they're going to dive. I thought I was going to cough up a pellet at that stage, which is what they normally do, but nothing came up. With all that rain, one of the fields nearby had got a bit of a flood on, and all the mallard ducks inhabited it. There's horses feeding on that the day before. Day two with a different camera, different lens. Still raining a bit, but it dried up. pretty sure it's the same bird, but can't be 100% sure because I do see 2 or 3 flying up and down. It's certainly a female. Certainly good at catching. That's a decent sized shrimp. Can't believe they can just swallow them whole and digest them. Takes some stunning, this one. Down the hatch. Day 3, I took out a lens, a 200mm f2 to try and get fast shutter speeds. 200mm I thought wouldn't be enough, but it's such a sharp lens. These are cropped right in to the nth degree. And they've still got lots of detail in them. But having said that, I've just sold that particular lens because it was just far too heavy to carry around. But it was good. And the bird's the same distance away on all 6 days with different lenses, but you wouldn't have known that was only a 200 really. All the places to dive, it dived right in the edge, which I wasn't expecting. I've kind of made this video shorter than usual. It's only about 13 minutes, so I'm thinking of doing one on its own of the Kingfishers, put all the best bits together. So I've cut quite a lot out, but again, nearly got that good, but not quite. There's the ducks again. That could be a mistake. I'm not sure that should be in again. Now a couple of weeks on, you can see with the same deer there, the female's losing a coat, getting a winter dark coat, and the fawn's gone darker again and is losing its spots. So it's I think it's actually lost all its spots now. Found out one of the hiding places. Day fawn, slightly brighter. These are all taken just between 7 and 8 o'clock in the morning. Now look how near that is to the edge, right next to those rocks. But that must be where the shrimp were moving, because that's what it was catching. That's a nice shot. That was nearly what I was trying to get. They're so quick, they actually go under the water, they bob up, go under again, and then take off. But the speed of them is unbelievable to watch them. They can dive off a perch, catch something, get back on the perch before the ripples have really started. Oh, I took my little Insta 360, that's quite a nice view. It dives in, lands on the rock, didn't catch anything, I don't think. Oh, it's got something small, then it goes back up on the perch again. Oh, it's got a minnow this time. certainly know I'm sat there watching them and they're not bothered at all, really. I am in a little pop-up chair hide, but quite a big window in it, and not using camo nets or anything. And a quick trip down to Heybridge. Nice comma. Nice to see the stone chats are still about. Great tit. Oh, and they've got hornets at Heybridge. Never seen a hornet before. They're mostly feeding on apples, but they were catching the odd insect as well. Some quite good fungus about. If anybody knows the name of this one, I couldn't find that in any of the books, but somebody might know. Common darters still flying around when the sun came out. Slow worm warming up on the tarmac road to Heybridge. There's nearly always a buzzard kicking around as well now that the ospreys have gone. And we saw our first flyer Garrick, with two of them in fact, but the only two that we did see, and we walked just about everywhere I think. Anyway, last morning of the Kingfishers. Bit of a composite of a dive. Just about in focus. The better Insta 360. Hear it call as it flies off. Lovely. And today, last day of the month, we had a walk around Levens, and Keith spotted that otter from about 500 yards away. I'd never spotted it. Then tree creeper, then we went down by the river, and little dipper there, and that water was really moving fast. So I tried some really slow shutter speeds. That was a 13th of a second handheld. Did it quite well, really. A beautiful grey wagtail. And that flew up from under our feet and shocked us. And a lizard to end with. So thanks for watching. Hope you watch again next month. Bye.